Dear friends, during a parish retreat years ago, I was visiting our house. You know, when the Vincentian fathers gave parish missions, it is our custom to visit every house during the retreat. And we spend only 10 minutes in each house to make sure every house is covered. And if there is anything more to talk about or discuss, we invite them to the church. When I entered this house, I realized it was the house of a retired IAS officer because of the nameplate at the gate. I went in, a very pleasant man, elderly, very elderly. I was talking to him, I prayed. Then he was reminiscing his childhood. He said, Father, the first day I went to school, when I came back, my mother asked me, my son, what happened in the school today? He said, Mama, the teacher asked us, when you grow mature, become an adult, what do you want to become? And the mother asked my son, what did you answer? I did not say anything. I was thinking, he said. Some said they wanted to become doctors, others singers, others teachers. And he turned to the mother and asked, Mama, what shall I become? The mother told him, holding him close to her, my son, you must become a saint. And he said, I asked my mom, Mama, saints like those beautiful statues in the church? Yes, my son. Life becomes beautiful when you become a saint. Then he said, Mama, how to become a saint? The mother told him, my son, always take the side of Jesus. Thus you will become a saint. He told me, Father, that beautiful advice was engraved into my heart to take the side of Jesus. The next day morning, when the mother was calling him for breakfast, he said, Mama, I am becoming a saint. The mother went into the living room and saw the child was standing near the large statue of the Sacred Heart. The mother came and said to him, my son, you must always do that. Take the side of Jesus always. When he went to the church with the mother and the father, he said, I always made a point to go and stand near the large crucifix in the church to take the side of Jesus. He said, Father, I was always thinking I must take the side of Jesus. Later, when he was in the 4th standard, 3 friends, they had to walk almost a kilometer to go to the school. On the way back, the 2 of them began to throw stone at the mango tree of a teacher. He said, don't throw the stone at the mango tree. If someone comes that way, that person could be hurt. And they did not care. They were still throwing stones. And the teacher came in, opening the gate, and asked, who threw the stone? The 2 of them remained silent. And he said, Teacher, we are very sorry we threw stone at the mango tree. The teacher held him and said, my son, don't worry. Don't feel bad. There's no problem, but don't do it again. When he came home, he shared this experience with the mother. The mother said, my son, that is what it means to take the side of Jesus, to tell the truth always. He said, from then on, it occurred to me, to take the side of Jesus means always make our decisions in favor of Jesus. To tell the truth, study well, pray well, do everything well, and thus be a good boy. That's what it means to take the side of Jesus. Then he said he studied and he became an IAS officer. And he told me, Father, it is very tough. Many temptations. Big money comes in for better considerations to change our decision. But I always said I need to take the side of Jesus. I will not do anything against justice and charity. Justice and service equally for all was my motto. And well, we talked for some more time and I came away. It occurred to me how that little reminiscence of the child engraved into his heart made him a great man. Later, when I came to the church, I told the parish priest about this. He said that officer was known to be a very upright person and appreciated by everyone. You know, my dear sisters and brothers, what do we want our children to be? We want them to be teachers, doctors, politicians. Well, they will become teachers and doctors and politicians, but in the process, if they don't become saints, they will waste their life. Because we are called to be saints, to be saintly in our profession, in a way of living, making every decision in favor of Jesus, to be different. As the IAS officer told me, I wanted to be different from others. Even he said his subordinates asked him to take the money, and it's a little closing the eye, and you get promotions, better places, and they said they also will get a share of that. He said, no, I don't go the way of the world. To be a saint is to be different from the way of the world. To be close to Jesus, to make every decision in favor of Jesus, and thus become a saint. Well, a month after, the parish priest called me up and told me he died. I said to myself, he must be with the Lord, because he always took the side of Jesus. St. Paul writes to the Romans, chapter 1, verses 1 onwards, I, Paul, a servant of Jesus Christ, called to be an apostle, set apart for the gospel of God, to all God's beloved in Rome, who are called to be saints, called to belong to Jesus Christ. Grace to you and peace from God our Father and the Lord Jesus Christ. In the early church, every baptized Christian was called a saint because they were deeply aware of their call. They're called apart, called away from the world to belong to Jesus, to be different. And grace to you and peace from God. If you want grace and peace in your heart, the only way is to become a saint. The other way could give you big money, big name, big fame, big house, but a very small, narrow heart, you waste your life. Becoming saint is being filled with grace and peace of Jesus Christ.